Sure. Anyway, welcome to Music Hill. I'm Brittany. I don't know how many of you have ever been to Austin, Texas, but if you haven't, welcome to Austin, Texas. You're at a very unique property. This property is amazing and has a lot of great history behind it. And when I got here, when they hired me to come on, nobody really knew what the history was. And so there were some fun facts that I was able to discover through Google. And so anyway, I'm happy to share that with you. So anyway, so this property was originally built by the Ball family. They had a child that had a disease similar to cerebral palsy. And he spent his whole life listening. He wasn't able to speak or communicate in any way or walk. So we have walkways through the property because of that. His parents put the limestone, mesquite, and non-toxic paint to give him the best life possible. And one day he hit his head on an alphabet toy, and they found a way for him to communicate. So he ended up being this child prodigy and ended up writing 2 best-selling books about his relationship with God, because he spent his whole life listening and not being able to tell anybody anything. So he became super communicative with God. He actually named the hilltop Listener's Hill, and he named all the buildings on the property, the tree house, the thoughtful house, and the garden house. And so when we were walking through, I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. But when Marty McGuire with the Dixie Chicks bought the property, she added the entertainment annex and the recording studio. And she put it on the hilltop. So we combined those 2 previous owners and named it Music Hill. So that's pretty much the history behind. So if y'all want to, if anybody's interested, we can go on a tour and kind of talk about the property and go into detail. Sure. Okay. All right. Welcome. I hope you edit that.
What are your thoughts about making the speakeasy/studio area a surprise and just kind of?
Rod wants to do that.
Okay, cool.
We aren't. Yeah, we're not. Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah, we're not going to even go down there.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So this is the main house. The original owners did build this, and Marty redid it. So we're not going to go into all the bedrooms, but we'll just take a little quick tour. Oh, it does smell good in here. Oh my goodness.
We're smelling dinner.
Come on in. Okay.
I'm going to invade a little.
So, yeah. So this is the main house, obviously. We have living space, kitchen, a lot going on in the kitchen. We'll come in here. So, I'll give you little fun facts as we walk around as well, but in 2020, we ended up with all the State Farm commercials being filmed here for the entire year. And so we had Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes here at the property. Of course, Kevin Miles, who's Jake. Jake was here. And so this area right here is where they did the steakhouse commercial. So they were all in a steakhouse, turned this whole area into that. It was fun, a lot of fun.
Also the one where the uncle showed up at the door. I don't know how, I've seen these commercials.
Chris Paul, they had Chris Paul here at the basketball court. The meat market one was in the tree house. So the beekeeper one was in our garden. So when we walk through, I'll show you. But we'll go to the master side of the house. This way? This way?
Master side where Willie stays usually. He has the owner to stay there.
We have a couple little bedrooms on the side. This is master. Our main. Turn this on real quick. Come on in.
That's where the ball stays.
Oh my goodness gracious. So if you want to, you can take a look in the bathroom. This is the main bedroom, and it just looks out onto Listener's Hill. Yeah, the bathroom's incredible.
Incredible.
The shoe closet.
Yeah, the shoe
I've already
closet.
seen that. Yes, the bathroom,
It's
the
got-
tub, the closet.
I know. It's like, yes, it's very impressive. It is.
I'm like, I get up there and I'm getting ready to talk, and I'm like, the family's name is.
You got it. I remembered right in time. Hey, I know. Like I always tell people before they're ready, I'm like, listen, we're here to make you look good, no matter what happens.
And I'm kind of out of my flow because I normally do the whole thing. So I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
No one ever knows.
Everybody likes to spend a lot of time in there. So the bathroom is pretty, yeah. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Okay, y'all ready? Watch your step. The other thing I want to point out is that we consider this space to be a creative space, whether it's corporate retreat, art, music, film. So we support our local artists. So this is one of our local photographers here in Austin, and he just captures a lot of the Austin scenes here. And he's amazing. So we do support our local artists. So a lot of our art, most of our art is original artworks, and we're just here to support them. So here they are. This is a Wiley piece. I was told no. Yeah.
Well, I will just say there's like 4 bedrooms over there.
Yeah. The whole other side is all bedrooms. It's guest wing.
A bunch of bunk beds and bathrooms and stuff.
So we're on 7.5 acres. We're all gated. We have a heated pool, heated hot tub. Not hot right now. I would not advise jumping in. Outdoor fireplace.
So normally we have lounge furniture out here, but we put it in the carport for our event.
Yeah. So again, these walkways are original to the original property. 1990s. You would think it would be, oh, that's the other thing I forgot to talk about. So what's cool is that Oprah Winfrey actually came out to this property and interviewed the family and called him one of the biggest prophets of our time. Wow. So you can get on Google and see a video of Marshall Ball and his family being interviewed in these actual houses. This is some of the writing that is from his books. And one of them is called The Kiss of God. And you can look it up. Here it's on this house, it's called The Thoughtful House, and it has his name underneath it, which is where everything started. And this is, if you get on Google and you see videos, you'll see him and them working on those books. And we purposely don't have a television in here to keep him in line with the original owners and their intent.
Somebody's staying in there, so.
Yeah, so we're not going in. Here, this is the garden house. This is we have an organic garden here. And this is where the beekeeper scene from State Farm was filmed. Okay. Those of you who watch a lot of TV. But yeah, so anyway, this has 2 bedrooms, and we are full kitchen, bathroom, and they're very different from the other houses. I mean, these are very cottagey. They're very shiplappy, you know, very.
Is anyone staying in this one right now? Or did this already?
Greta, is anybody in there?
Yes, they are, but you can just peek maybe through the door to this.
Okay.
What do you call this chest? This is like the chest, the one.
The armoire?
The arm, yeah. Yeah. So we just we can take a peek and just see the arm
The armoire.
Garmoire.
Yeah, armoire.
Armoire.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever. Because
Yeah.
so this is so.
Yeah, you just get an idea of the feel of these. Yeah.
We already lost Dan.
We did. Yeah.
Well, and then we're gonna go to the tree house, and the tree. Y'all haven't been to the tree house yet. So, so the tree house, when Marty owned this property, Marty with the Dixie Chicks husband was an artist as well, or is an artist. He still is, and this was kind of the bachelor pad of the space. So he's from Ireland and Irish Catholic. And so a lot of the artwork that's still on the walls in here is from when he lived here. So a lot of the pieces that are in here are from Europe, and the king bed that's in there is from Ireland. Yeah. It is, and the reason it's still here is because it's so heavy that it was just like, nope. Not maybe.
Even the armors, like they were, which age? They were like 16th, 17th century, something like what? 18th century? What was it?
I'm not sure.
Right. It's like super, and they also get delivered also from Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're super heavy, therefore, and they each cost like 50K or something, 50 grand for that.
And they asked us if we wanted to buy any of it.
Wow. Wow.
We purchased a lot of the property, or the furniture that stayed, that you'll see.
Okay. So
Yeah.
just one piece, can you imagine like 50K for
Like that armoire.
closet? Like,
Suppose if you
That
can
was
afford
heavy.
this place, then you
That
can
stayed.
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
So-
the same with the,
Can we go in here?
Yeah, you can. It's set up for.
So come on in. So this is,
Philip Schultz are staying here.
come on in.
But it's also kind of like they set some of this up for just a little land.
So just for fun, this is where they filmed the meat market. So it's all along here for the State Farm commercials. So you probably recognize it now. You'll pay special attention to it. This is from Europe. It's very old. And then if we can just stick our heads in here real quick, I don't know. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, you can see the bed. You can see the bed. Just get an idea of what that looks like. But yeah, and then if you come this way, and this is all like the chairs and the armoire are original.
Right? Yeah, run start.
This is some of Gareth McGuire's fancy touches to the property. And then this kitchen and deck, we have a full hill country views out of the windows. Yeah. The original owners had horses. We do have horse stables, and
I saw that.
yeah, yes. We've brought horses out and done different things here with different corporate events that we've had. Yeah, so. Yep.
Beyond Homepoint people.
Pardon?
Beyond Homepoint people. Right.
Yeah, no one lives on the property, but when we rent it out, we rent out the whole property, and then you can stay on property at that time. Yeah. Yeah.
Such a pretty view.
It is. It does, for sure. Yeah. So.
Take a nap.
Yoga?
Is that what's for? Yoga?
I don't know.
I know, you look just chilling.
Be comfortable.
You
Yeah.
look good in that chair.
Yeah. So do y'all have any questions? No.
Thank you for the tour.
Sure. We're on 7.5 acres. We're completely gated. There's some other surprises in store for y'all tonight, and I can't give it away, so you'll see some new things that you haven't seen yet. And then we have this whole road that goes around the whole property. It takes you around to our recording studio, so when we have bands come in, they can just load in directly to the recording studio. Don Henley's recorded down there. Obviously the Dixie Chicks have recorded down there, and other people that we can't tell you about.
Oh, the secret ones.
What if we guessed
Got
them?
And I blinked twice.
it.
I hope you're there live to play for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
So,
all the way around the track, is it like a mile?
yes, it's about a mile or so. Yeah.
You could run in tomorrow
Yeah.
if you want to. Yeah.
For warm up.
Yeah. After your wine.
Use this like what looks like it.
It's a horse corral, so the original owners had horses. We have horse stables, and it's over. Yeah, we can go look at them. Let's go check them out.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And also, like, here is another armor.
Mm-hmm.
Another expensive armor.
She's practicing the word.
Armoire. Yeah, just did all this.
Incredible though.
I see.
It's new. New. It's not finished yet, but it's new. I know when it gets big. I can't wait. Hello. I know. That's VIP parking right there. Yeah, so this is our tour got smaller. Okay, so
The basketball is actually in one of the stables. I saw it earlier.
yeah, we do have a basketball here, and
Shoot a couple hoops.
this is
Do you remember the State Farm commercial where
Yes.
they had a cutout?
Yeah, when they the one where is it the one where the kid dunks or the
There's that one, and there's another one where there was like a female
yes,
basketball player,
and they froze and they were cutouts. Yes,
here.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. This was crazy. They actually brought in an entire court and put it all down here, and then that actually was left from them. And we had one, but they replaced it with that one, and there it is.
I was just saying because in the commercial the basketball court's standing by itself. The
Yeah.
hoop itself, so it's not. That's not there, right?
Yeah.
Must have-
And then
I do. I love my Jake from State Farm. That's
well,
all I say.
yeah.
Fanboy.
I mean, he was awesome. So, and I think, yeah, we have the whole garden.
The original one they got, the
Oh
very
my God, I
first
love
one when
that.
the woman's on the phone. Who are you talking to?
I'm trying to find, there's another thing that's from the State Farm commercials that's interesting. I think it's right down here though. Let me see. I think this is it. Oh, okay, this is kind of fun. Y'all are gonna think this is funny to be part of the tour, but we're gonna do it anyway. So this, I can't believe I'm showing y'all this. So this log right here, this log is when Jake and the guy were sitting there and he was whittling.
Sorry, start over.
No, this log right here is the one Jake and the other guy were sitting on when he was like whittling the piece of wood.
Oh, yeah.
They made it into a campfire scene, and he was sitting there, and there was like two different ones that he did where he was whittling a piece of wood, and he brings the piece of wood up, and it looks like Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just left that there. I just thought it was fun. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool. when
Yeah.
People what do you call it? They stake out. Scouts.
the scouts.
It's so cool how they looked at this property in a way we never would have.
Right.
I mean, we've had.
There's so much with it.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, because there's so many different unique things you can do with
There's
with the
so
property.
many, and it's so crazy how they can transform it into something completely different, and you can't even. I mean, we've done things with Bobby Burke with Queer Eye out here. We've done things with, tons of Jack Ingram. We're doing some stuff with Mac Jack and McConaughey. I mean, we've got a lot of different projects going on.
And when
yeah.
State Farm was filming, didn't they book this for 6 months?
It was during COVID, and actually what happened was during COVID, LA shut down production. You could not film. It was crazy, and so they came to Texas, and they were looking at like Dallas. They were looking at some different areas. And when they saw this property and all the unique spaces that we had, they just
That's the difference.
And so in those 6 months, they hammered out all those commercials.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
Like they've had them in the queue just waiting.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's-
'Cause I thought they would just go back and keep doing new ones afterward.
Yeah.
Not knowing if it would take. You know what I mean? 'Cause the first commercial comes out and the second, is it going to be a good thing for it to keep going or whatever?
Yeah, they saved us and we saved them. I mean, really, it was just one of those times where you were like, well, we can't do events anymore, and what's going to happen? And then they came in and we were like, yes,
That's awesome.
it was awesome. So it was really,
Did they stay here too?
Kevin, Jake with
Jake.
State Farm stayed on property, and the guys all stayed in other places at their friends and stuff. Yeah, they came to Austin.
Jake needed to be in every commercial.
Yeah.
whereas
Right.
They were just
Jake had to be here all the
specific
time.
ones.
The entire yoga room was his dressing room. I mean, you think he wears one red shirt? He has got hundreds of red shirts. His shoes lined up 2 walls, just of every kind of shoe. It was insane. Yeah,
Commercial,
learned
and
so
he
much.
was, like, made an entire career out of that.
He has,
I mean, it's amazing.
and such a nice person
From
too.
Progressive.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
The whole thing.
Yes.
One night we came here. Were you there, Brittany? I don't think you were. We came here and had dinner.
Oh
with,
no.
some of the people on the team.
Yes.
And he was saying how he hadn't filmed any commercials really yet. He had just signed on, and little did he know, like, well, I'm sure he knew, but you don't know until you know, until
Yeah.
you're in it. But his life was going to completely change.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, we've had a lot of exciting, fun things.
Yeah.
We have. It's been fun.
The only thing, the other thing I think people might be interested in, and I don't know if when would be the right time to do this, but would be the art that you guys have swapped out in the new
yeah.
area. I know they're setting up, but if you wanted to even take them down the hallway and maybe just talk to them about how you curate that, how you know, because I love the gallery that you just put in the new one. So
Yes.
if we have do we have time to do that? I think
I actually.
Very quick, sorry to interrupt you guys. This right here, this little
Yeah.
asking.
Uh-huh.
Can you speak?
It's actually just a garden.
Sitting area?
No, the other side is where we store garden tools for the garden, and I think like their family was very religious, obviously, and so I think they just converted this into a sitting space for.
like a prayer,
Like a prayer
place?
space.
Oh.
Praying for the garden to grow, make sure.
And if you can
I love
imagine,
the stained glass.
if you can imagine back when they were here, none of these other homes were around this area. If you looked out in any direction, you didn't see any houses or buildings. So it was a very tranquil, quiet, still is, but it was even more secluded. I mean, this was considered way out in the country, and for Austin, Texas. Uh-huh. Yeah, none of this was here a year ago. None of this was
Really?
here. This
Wow. It all just dried up?
Austin has blown up.
Yes,
Just
we've
like
seen by the traffic.
Yes.
Lots of traffic.
It's crazy. I think we're the fastest growing
Yeah, we
city.
Yes. we did.
Now, when I go talk about the art, I don't want to go into the artists because I don't have all the facts in front of me.
No,
but
I was
yes,
thinking. Do you think that's a good idea, Jake?
More talk like just
Overview?
Overview.
Yeah, like how.
Okay,
what
yeah.
do you-
Like, where
because
you
people
get
were
it,
asking.
Yes.
A lot of.
Yes.
Rotate it out.
yes, happy to talk about that.
Very quick, before you start, don't start yet. Do you guys think it's cool? Have you been up top, Jake? Yeah, Jake.
Everybody's
Jake from We have our own Jake.
I think that's a great idea. Where are you going?
Have you done
I've been up there, but I haven't filmed up there.
Oh, on the hilltop?
Yeah.
On the hilltop? Okay.
You know the sunroom?
Oh yeah.
The concert.
It's a great view up there.
Yeah,
Have you
it's
been
a
up there,
great
guys?
Oh, at the top?
Yeah, the lighthouse.
Oh.
Whatever people call it.
It's messy.
Oh, is it?
Storage.
It's a storage room right
I would
now.
let just the outside speak for itself.
Like go to the hilltop. I agree.
So I think probably your next group may be ready to go, but maybe just go in the little hallway and give them a little overview of the art, and then come right back out, and I'll get the next
Okay.
group. for you.
Okay.
Does that work?
All right. Yeah. Do you want to come when I talk about art? I mean, this isn't a rush. I don't think.
Do you have another group?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
The only thing is
Okay.
there might your next group may be very large.
Okay, looks like it. Okay, so anyway, this is Listeners Hill, and we've got some beautiful views. We've got the fire pit, and then we can come in here. So, okay, so. Earlier, I was telling you that we consider this space to be a creative space. You walk into this space and you can just feel it. And we kind of started out with 18,000 square feet of walls, and like, what are we going to do with this? So we've decided to turn it into an art gallery. Our purpose is to support the creative community, whether it's through corporate events, art, music, and film. So we've taken on different artists, and we like to showcase them. We've started to put together some art events, and we're doing those on a monthly basis where we showcase certain artists, and we're just here to support them and give them a place to shine, really. So it's just fun, and it's a fun thing for our community. So we give back to them. We have our community come out and support them, and we're able to support each other in a really beautiful way. So we've brought in 13 different artists as of right now, and we're going to continue to rotate those different artists. And as you can see, we've got every kind of art imaginable, pretty much, and every.
Yeah.
What were you?
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, come up. Yeah, we'll just walk through.
While you're talking and just
Yeah.
some of the art.
So Amy Voss is with glass axes. It takes her about 75 hours to put one of those together. She cuts every single piece of glass by hand, and none of her pieces are the same. And as you can see, it's held by this, the fret is being held by the hand, and at nighttime it looks really cool. There's all these shadows on the wall of, hands on the wall. It's really cool. And Wiley Ross was one of our first artists. He has done a bunch of murals downtown. He actually just did an NFT of his mural with Willie Nelson and Janis Joplin. I think it's, I don't know, at 20,000 right now, and they're hoping to get 75 for an NFT. It's pretty cool. I'll show y'all in a little while. I've got it on my phone. And anyway, so he does, he's all over the place. His stuff is, he's awesome. But he lives here in Austin, and he's just awesome. And this is one artist. This is Sandy. She's new. She's just started. She's only been painting for about a year. And her stuff is amazing. She sells a lot of art. So this is just a mixture of different ones. Hi. So I'm pulling this up.
I certainly couldn't do that.
So the one thing, I'm going to pull up my phone really quickly because I want to make sure I don't.
I appreciate that.
So I don't.
Yes, exactly.
So I want to make sure I don't misconstrue this information, because this artist, we just put this piece on the wall like this week, and her name is Sam Wan, and she is an artist that we're going to be showcasing in our June event. She spent 10 years in active duty in the Army, and then she did time with U.S. Special Ops, and she actually uses art to as therapy with PTSD, and she works with veterans to do that. Her art, she goes out and she also has done a nonprofit as well, but she also, God, I forgot what that's called when you go out into the desert and you take the...
Burning Man? Yeah.
Yeah. What is it called?
Walkabout.
Yes,
A
like a
walkabout?
walkabout, but
Okay.
you take whatever, and for 3 days you're... Yes, ayahuasca. That's it. So she does that whole thing, and then she comes back and she paints these pieces.
Where does she go? She walks to the wilderness, desert?
I'm just learning about her, but it's just kind of a cool story. It's all about healing. So she will be one of the people that we have at our event in June. It's going to be like a spiritual themed one. This Lindsay, oh my gosh, she's killing it. She's only been doing this for about 2 years. Her husband, she loves history. She's all about history, and she's very careful and thoughtful about people that she chooses to do. As you can see, I mean, you're looking at Prada, you're looking at, Adidas, you're looking at whatever. I just think the irony of what she does is is so effective and resonates with so many people. But I mean, her husband is an engineer and quit his job to help her.